Your lesson essential question is, how do we compare characters' points of view in a story? So we're going to be comparing two different characters' points of view. So we'll be looking at how their points of view may be the same or how they're different. You remember that characters in stories have a point of view. This is how a character thinks or feels about other characters or events in a story. So we're going to be looking at how those characters think or feel about what's going on. We can figure out the character's point of view by looking at their thoughts, words, and actions. So we'll look at what those characters are thinking, saying, and doing to figure out their point of view. We'll ask ourselves, do the characters have the same feelings? Do they have different feelings? So, to start, we'll identify each character's point of view. Then as we keep reading, we'll identify those key details about the character's feelings by paying attention to their thoughts, words, and actions. And then, of course, we'll talk or write about their points of view. We'll do that on Thursday. We're going to read this play called Stage Fright. And then we're going to talk about one of the characters, and then you'll figure out the other character's point of view on your own and answer some questions. So the setting is at Amy's house after school. Remember, a play always has to tell us outside of the actual speaking where it takes place, so what the setting is, because if you were acting a play out, you wouldn't say it in the lines of the play, it would already just be set up. So the setting is Amy's house after school. Amy and her friend Pete are talking about the play their class is putting on the next day. So they've set up where and what's going on. Now we're going to dive into the actual lines to the play. So, Amy, can you believe that tomorrow afternoon we'll be on stage in front of the entire school? It's going to be so much fun. Pete, I wish there would be a snowstorm tonight. Then maybe we wouldn't have school tomorrow. Too bad it's spring and not winter. Amy, oh, Pete, there's nothing to worry about. We've been practicing for weeks. Pete, but what if I forget my lines? I don't think I can do this. Before we keep going, let's talk about how Amy feels about the play. I can tell that Amy is really excited for the play, and you can probably tell in my voice as I'm reading the story that I'm showing her excitement. When we're reading stories, it's important to show the character's point of view in the way that we're reading. I saw that Amy said, "It's going to be so much fun." That's a key detail that shows me that she's excited for this play. She also said, "There's nothing to worry about. We've been practicing for weeks." Let's keep reading. So Pete had said, "But what if I forget my lines? I don't think I can do this." Amy, you won't forget your lines, silly. You just went through them 10 minutes ago, and you were great. Pete, frowning. So this is an action from Pete. If we were performing the play, Pete wouldn't say the word frowning. You can see it's in parentheses. He would just act it out. He would frown before he says his lines. But it's different when you're on stage and everyone is staring at you. I can tell from Pete's actions he's frowning, and I can tell from some of the things he's saying how he feels about this play. Amy, Just think about the fun part of acting. You know, the part where you get to pretend you're someone else. Pete looks down and shakes his head. I wish I really were someone else so I wouldn't have to do this tomorrow. So I see that Amy says, just think about the fun part of acting. You know, the part where you get to pretend that you're someone else. I see that she says it's fun. So again, we know Amy's point of view is she's excited for this play. She's not nervous at all. Pete is feeling very differently. We noticed his actions and some of the things he's saying are very different from Amy's. So today you're going to be answering some questions about Pete's point of view. On Thursday, you'll be doing some writing with this.